Oh dear. Okay, so hi guys, in the van today. If you're here for the tutorial just for the mini carrot, then just head to this time stamp and you can get the tutorial. Otherwise, if you want to watch the little van life vlog, then just carry on watching. So today I'm heading down to one of my favourite spots locally, which is a really nice spot, and I'm going to do a tutorial down there. I'm going to meet up with a lovely Portia hopefully and have some lunch in the van, enjoy the van. So it's just been quite a crazy morning already in my car, because obviously if you've been following me on Instagram then you'll know that I've got this beautiful van. But also I had a car before and I can't afford to have two vehicles, so I've had to start saying goodbye to my car, and I think I've become quite emotionally attached to my car. And even yesterday I went out in it with my daughter and she started talking about selling the car, and I was like, shh, don't tell the car, it will hurt its feelings. So but the car's just gone now, just for an MOT, and then it might be sold to. Anyway, that's another story altogether. I'm going to get on the road and head down to this beautiful spot, and the sun is shining. It's a little bit cold, but it's blue sky, so better than yesterday. And yeah, so let's go. Okay, right, water's in. I can't fit it all the way up to the top because it's so heavy. Just need to make sure that is down. She's very hard to do one-handed. Okay, time to get on the road. Is that even in focus? Legs on the back.
Obviously you've got your stepping stones from our last trip, so what's today's? Is there going to be a painting clipped on the cord today?
I don't know. I feel like today is so dark and gloomy, and
maybe because of the moon, the pink moon, you could do a painting based around the pink moon over the lake.
I really like that idea.
Because we love this lake. It's like our place to come and put the world to rights. And then the pink moon is obviously very representative of the current situation with the world and how people are feeling. Yeah, so I think a pink moon above the lake. That's my.
I really like that. I think that's perfect.
Why don't you paint any yoga things? There's never a yogi in your paintings. Why not?
That's a really good point. I don't know. We're both yogis. You're a slightly more advanced yogi person
I feel
than
there
me.
needs to be a yogi maybe in front of the lake.
Yogi in front of the lake.
Dog.
Yeah, a downward dog. Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know. I need more. I really want to cover that whole
You like to do the
wall
landscape type stuff rather than.
I think I find that easier than people. But I think it'd be nice to do something
Like a silhouette would be
more
nice.
spiritual. Would be great. Yeah, silhouettes. Yeah, I've done not too bad at silhouettes. Yeah, definitely.
You okay here? You comfy?
Anyway, Portia's here. She's made it, and we're just catching up at our favourite place, talking about pink moons, the cold, changing weather, and many other things.
How people are feeling.
Yeah.
What's the word? Discombobulated.
Discombobulate. That is such a great word. Yeah, discombobulated.
That is definitely very fitting
at the moment. I don't know if you guys have noticed a shift in how you feel the last couple of days with the full moon and the pink moon and stuff, especially women. But yeah, we're feeling. What are we feeling today, Portia?
We're feeling discombobulated.
Discombobulated. I can't even say that.
I think there's an awful lot of just unknown at the moment, isn't there? Like we were talking about how the world opening up, and I don't know, it just does seem to be a shift in the energies, and people are feeling all a little bit out of sorts and even lethargic. We were talking earlier about feeling lethargic.
Yeah, even though I went for a really long walk yesterday, 3-mile walk, it's about 5 kilometres, long way. Normally that kind of really changes your mood, but I sort of came back still feeling a bit like, oh.
I've struggled on the mat, which, as we all know, that's unheard of.
Yoga! Oh my goodness. No,
so even the mat has kind of eluded me slightly this week.
And that's huge for Portia.
Yeah,
Portia's struggling on the mat. That's unheard of.
There's problems in the world.
Which is really strange because a few days ago I was in the garden. You saw that nice little yoga spot I got in the
That was
garden.
lovely,
Did some yoga for the first time in a while. And it was just towards the end of the day, and the sun was setting, but it was still warm, and we still had the warm weather, and I just felt so good. It felt really, really nice. Did a bit of meditation, and I just felt really, really good. I came away from that just thinking, you know, why have I stopped doing this lately? And then a few days later, there's a massive shift in the energy, and it's cold, and it is still sunny, but it
It's
really
trying.
affects you.
Definitely. I was thinking that we didn't do any of us together doing yoga, did we, whilst
No,
we
we
were out at
didn't,
Cannock?
yeah.
Which I thought that's a shame that we didn't.
Maybe we should have done that. I think because I was filming.
You were the
Yeah, I think we were just having so much fun. We kind of just
on our
sort
own
of
little journey.
yeah, in our own little worlds. We kind of just sort of forgot to actually do the filming part.
We should try and paint like as if somebody's doing, you know, just like a stickman figure
Yeah,
within their shadow. Doing
something really nice, especially against the pink moon.
yoga inspired movement.
We do need something up there to do with that because it seems wrong. We
Or
don't-
meditation or something.
Yeah, very landscaping.
Yeah. A spiritual one is a good idea.
I mean, that still stayed on there. This, if you guys can see it, little painting that I did in this location, and I just took it off the board and stuck it on the wall. And it's been there ever since.
That's lasted amazing, hasn't it?
It has. It's like the tape. It's like it actually sticks on there. So that's quite good. It's like a little window to a happier time here when it was a bit warmer. But it's kind of, there are people here though. People have turned up.
I think the sun's out now, so
Holiday.
people are kind of okay, we can go out now. Lots of geese, which Magnum is watching.
And if you don't know Portia, then she is an amazing person. Just an amazing person. You're just an amazing
Maybe we
person.
should do like a little meditation now.
I think we should. You fancy doing that?
That would be alright, wouldn't it? I could just guide us through like a little...
That sounds really nice.
Should we do that? And then you could upload that maybe as you're showing the artwork or something. Like do a little zoom in on your artwork and I'll just be talking in the background or something.
Sounds good.
Yeah? Watch.
Let's do it. So the lovely Portia has left me now. Ooh, she's gone. It's so lovely to see her, and we actually did a short meditation together, so probably going to put it on her channel, so if you want to go check it out. It's a beautiful meditation. It was so calming, and it's completely just changed the vibe in this van. It's lovely. So I'm going to work on this tutorial now. Hopefully I am tempted to go for a walk as well, so we'll see what happens. This will be fun. I'm going to try and boil an egg and boil it in the kettle though. I do have a saucepan, but I thought let's just stick it in the egg let's just stick the egg in the little cute teapot. So hopefully I can boil an egg. Just give it a try. I love this little kitchen. It's so cute, so cute. Although I will have to figure out how to change the gas at some point, so that'll be fun. To pause the music every time I film in case I get done for copyright. Anyway, the egg worked, so bonus. So I'm gonna have something to eat and then I'm gonna do this crochet tutorial. I think everything's stopping me from getting this tutorial done today, and it's getting increasingly darker. I've just had a bit of a drama with the van. I had a letter come through from the previous van owner from their dealership for this type of van, and there's a product recall on the van. Which is a bit scary. It's to do with the screws on the steering column, and apparently when they're exposed to splash water and excessive road salt, so in icy conditions it can corrode the screws and they can snap, causing an accident. So they're doing a product recall to get those screws changed free of charge, so that's good. That's just a little bit disappointing, one thing to worry about, but anyway, if you don't want to hear about that, the van is still good. So I'm going to show you the artwork first and actually show you where we are, and then I'm going to finally do my tutorial. So this is some of the artwork that's in the van. This was one I painted recently, and if you don't know, I do have an Instagram art page for my artwork if you want to go check that out at Laura Eccleston Art. And this is a painting I actually did in the van. It's never left the van, so, and it's of this viewpoint literally outside, and this is where we are. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous place in the Shires. So, and I hang up some of my favourite artwork here that has meaning to me, especially this one on the end, which was from my previous vlog, if you remember, out at Cannock Chase with the stepping stones, and I did a little painting just to remind me of those happy times. So, and hopefully I will add more artwork over time, and hopefully actually get to a beach and have a nice campfire on the beach one day. Probably not in the UK because they don't like us having campfires on the beach, but I think you can have like barbecues and things, but hopefully one day can have a fire on the beach, which would be lovely. But I've got my crochet stuff ready, so I'm going to crack on with this tutorial now, and hopefully you guys will like it. Okay, let's try a crochet tutorial in the van for the first time. So hopefully you can hear me okay and it's not too dark, 'cause it's quite a gloomy day today now. But today I'm going to be making some little mini carrots. I did an Instagram live recently for these little carrots, which you can also check out if you want to. But this is going to be part of my next ebook for some mini fruit and veg, and I've been working on, I got this little eggplants, or I don't even know what we call them in the UK anymore. Aubergine? I'm completely forgetting now. I'm so used to American terms. But yeah, I got this little cute little eggplant, got some carrots, a little sort of cabbage or cauliflower, and a little radish as well. So really cute little play food, and a little tiny sort of leek, miniature leek, or spring onions, or what do you call them? They're also known as scallions, I think. So, and a little tomato as well. So it's going to be in the fruit section, and I'm also going to do hopefully a little banana, a little cute peeled banana, which I think will be super cute. But let's give this a try. Let's look at my haggard hands. Is anyone else's hands suffering from constantly being washed over the last few months? I feel like my hands have aged about 20 years in the last year. It's not good. But we're going to start off with some orange. And we're going to start off with, you can use a magic circle, magic ring if you want to, and we're going to be doing 10 half double crochets into a magic circle or a chain 4 loop. So 10 half double crochets. This pattern's in US terminology, so in UK terminology that's going to be a half treble. But for the sake of beginners, I'm going to do a little chain 4 loop instead. I use the magic circle for those ones. So going to do chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, chain 4. Going to put our hook into our first chain, bring the yarn through, create a little loop of chains. Into there we're going to do 10 half double crochets. I'm going to do a little chain 1 for leverage, don't count that as a stitch. Then we're going to yarn over, put our hook into the centre, and do a half double crochet, and we want 10 of those, so that's 1, 2, 9 and 10. Okay, so we've got 10 half double crochets or half trebles, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into our first half double crochet. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's slip stitch into there, and that's going to be the top of our little carrot. So what we're going to do now is, for the next 2 rounds, we're just going to do a little chain 1, don't count that as a stitch, and going back into that same half double crochet you just slip stitched into, we're going to do just a single crochet. So in UK terminology that's going to be a double crochet, and we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, just the 1, keeping a stitch count of 10. I'm going to do that for 2 rounds. So 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and do that for 2 rounds. Okay, so coming back to the beginning, so it's on my second round. We then just make sure to avoid that fake stitch, as I call it. It's actually your previous slip stitch, so be careful not to add stitches in there. You want to count your stitches, make sure you still got 10, then find that first single crochet and slip stitch into there to join the rounds. So you should have done that for 2 rounds. Okay, so 2 rounds. Now what we're going to do, I want to pop it out this way as well towards you. Then we're going to do a little chain 1 and we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. So I'm going to do the invisible decrease. You can do the normal decrease. And what I mean by the invisible decrease is starting in the same stitch, just slip stitch into, instead of going through under both loops, I'm just going to go onto that front loop, then bring the hook straight down and go onto the front loop of the next stitch. Bring the yarn through both front loops, yarn over, pull through to do a single crochet. That's called an invisible single crochet decrease, and it just creates a much smoother finish. Then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1 single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to repeat that again. We're going to single crochet 2 front loops together. So instead of going under both, we go under the front loop, bring the hook down, and then under the next front loop, yarn through, yarn over, pull through both loops to do a single crochet. And then you should have 3 stitches left, and we're going to do 1 single crochet in those last 3. So 1, 2, badly done. Then the last one, 3. Then back at the beginning again, that's your little fake stitch, as I call it. We're going to slip stitch into that first single crochet to join the round. So your stitch count's gone down to 8 now, so it's got a little bit smaller. And then we're just going to do round 5. It's just going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So we're going to start off with chain 1, going back into that same stitch as your slip stitch, do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So keeping a stitch count of 8. So you might want to count to 8. 2, 3, okay, and then slip stitch in your first single crochet. Okay, so you've still got a stitch count of 8. We're going to do 1 more decrease round, very similar to the second to last round. We're just going to do a little chain 1 and single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So instead of both loops, go onto the front loop and start in that same stitch as your previous slip stitch. Then the next front loop, bring the yarn through, do a single crochet. This time we're just going to do 1 single crochet in the next 2. Let's go into the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and the next stitch, 1 single crochet. Then another decrease, single crochet 2 together. So I'm going to go onto the front loop, then the next front loop, bring the yarn through, do single crochet, and you should have 2 stitches left. Do 1 single crochet in the last 2, 1, and the last one, 2. So your stitch count's gone down to 6. We're going to slip stitch in that first single crochet. Okay, so the very last round we're just going to do a little chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So we're just going to count to 6. So 1, 2, then I'm going to join the round. Now you don't have to join rounds, you can just work continuously. I tend to join the rounds in my patterns just for beginners really, to help them know where they are. But if you prefer to work continuously, you can do, there's no colour changes. So what we're going to do now is just going to cut our yarn and pull that through. And that's it. We're just going to, you can stuff it if you want to. I haven't bothered stuffing these ones. They tend to work quite well. So I'm just going to sew up the end. My camera's not going to focus on the right bit. Come on, camera. Thank you. So once you've threaded on your yarn, we're then just going to draw string sew it closed by going into the next stitch and out through the next stitch. Okay, and then you can leave the tail end on there if you wanted to, but it's going to cut that down. And there is our main little mini carrot. And all we need now is some leaves to put in the top. So for our leaves, we're going to grab some green yarn. So take some green yarn, and what we're going to do is we're going to chain 6 to begin. So I'm just using a DK light worsted weight yarn. I didn't actually say this at the beginning of the video, so maybe I edit this part in. I'm using a DK light worsted weight yarn, and with that I'm using a 3mm crochet hook, but of course you can use any hook and yarn that you like, so it will just change the size of the carrot. So thought I'd better add that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 6. Let's chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We're going to do a slip stitch in our second chain along, so don't count the loop on your hook. It's first, second. Go into there and do a little slip stitch, and we're going to slip stitch back to the beginning. So slip stitch in the next chain. Great thing about doing tutorials in the van, it's really quiet. It's great. You usually have so much noise at home. And we're going to repeat that twice more. So we're just going to chain 6 again. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And again, slip stitch in the second chain from your hook and in each chain back to the beginning. So you have a stitch count of 5 if you're counting. Just hear the geese and the crows. Then we're going to do that one more time. Don't think I went through that properly, but chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Slip stitch in your second chain along. I like to leave all my mistakes in, so you know that it doesn't have to be perfect. Your crochet does not have to be perfect. And that even us designers who've been crocheting for over a decade now, with Happy Berry and obviously longer privately, we still make mistakes. They're not perfect. No such thing as perfect. Okay, so slip stitched back to the beginning, and that's really has got very messy now. But we're just going to go with it, and then when we get back to the beginning, we're going to slip stitch in that very first chain. And you should hopefully end up with something that looks like a little bird foot. And we're just going to cut our yarn, pull that loop through, and then all you need to do is sew that onto the top of your carrot. So I'm going to do that, and then our little mini carrot is finished. Yay! Okay, there we go. There is our little finished tiny mini carrot. If my camera wants to focus, to go with our other mini carrots. A really cute little play food. So like I said, this is going to be part of my next ebook for mini fruit and veg, which make really cute key rings or even cat toys or play food. And there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed the little vlog beforehand if you watched that. It was great to have you join me in the van, and it's getting really dark now, and although the sun is coming out, look, yay, a bit of sun. So but I'm gonna probably head home now, and yeah, although I really like chilling out in the van, it's very very, very cozy. And if you aren't subscribed, do remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other tutorials or van life vlogs, creative vlogs. And don't forget to check out Portia Yoga Mum on the Run's channel as well for that meditation. So I'm sure she'd love to have you join her over on her channel. It's a very calming channel. And I'll see you soon for some more crochet creative vloggy fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.